Announcing the Valvoline 4-Guard I Love a Parade sweepstakes. Win a trip for 4 to 4 of America's greatest parades.
As opposed to what we had to go through in Nebraska last week when winter came early. Stafford on third down, flag down, complete to Gay. Gay at the 16-yard line will check out the penalty. Brothers made the tackle. It looked like it was an early motion against Texas, which would bring back a big play. And it is motion against the Longhorns.
Perfect execution, though. They want to run those patterns right up the gut, right there. Quick, seam passes, and he put it right on the money. Well, Everett Gay, yeah, he's playing it tight, and even though he's a flanker here, he just nice arm over movement. He just splits that zone right up the middle. Oh, that was... Well, that kills you as a receiver. He did an excellent job, and that's good coaching. They took a flanker, they put him in a tight end, they split the zone quickly with a nice move off the line of scrimmage. All for naught. But, you know, they're still not out of field goal range with Jeff Ward. That's for sure. And it's 3rd and 17 now for Texas. He can kick him from 65 yards.
One remaining back, 3 wide receivers. Want to throw the same pattern. And it's off the fingertips of Metcalf, who came out of the backfield.
Unbelievably, Gay was open to get on this play, too. They split the zone. They go to a shorter man this time, though. It's a tougher throw to Metcalf, but it's the same play. Just one hand. He almost pulled it down. And as we said, here comes Jeff Ward.
It will be a 57-yard attempt. Tried one from 61 yards ago a week ago. Didn't hit it all. Was a yard short. The long of his career is 57. Got a chance. And it's wide.
He had the distance. What a leg.
The young man has a lot of strength, comes off the field shaking his head over the fact that he missed a 57-yard field goal. There aren't too many kickers in the country who would be disappointed with that.
Oh, there's a kick. Will a field goal kicker take on a nose guard? I guess if you kick 57-yarders, you have a lot of confidence because he'd have to kick him. He couldn't hit him.
14:26 to go in the half. We're still tied in Austin at 7. Thomas running the option, gives it off to Derek Thomas, a punishing runner at 223 pounds. Dwayne Duncan, the freshman middle linebacker, made the stop. Take a look at the first quarter statistics. Dominated by Texas, 72 total yards to 22, even though Arkansas got the opening touchdown.
Last week, Texas Tech was able to stop those fullbacks up the middle like Texas just did, and that's the key to stopping this Arkansas offense.
2nd and 7. Thomas gives to the fullback, Derek Thomas again. Stopped this time by Mike January, and the Texas linebackers, that's January number 28, are getting in on more of the action. Some more scores coming your way. The Rangers over the Islanders, always a war. Philadelphia in a tie with Hartford. Another tie, first period.
A lot of close games in hockey. Notice that?
Aren't there? Pittsburgh continues to lead. Penguins have shocked everybody. 3rd down, 4 yards to go, and Greg Thomas wants a timeout to talk about it. Didn't like what he saw as Texas lined up on defense that time. So we have a timeout with 13:17 to go in the first half. We're still tied at 7. Arkansas and Texas, and I think you have to give the credit in the momentum department right now to Texas. They have dominated the ball game after Arkansas opened at 7-0. 3rd and 4 here for the Razorbacks. Out of the flex bone offense. Derek Thomas is the up man. Quarterback Thomas keeps it, gets to the 49-yard line. He will be shy of the first down. Brockman 63 and Duncombe 48 make the tackle.
Well, that's an excellent play by Dwayne Duncombe. Again, he's a true freshman, as you said, and really Texas has a very strong, solid front four. It's the linebackers where they've had their problems. If those guys keep filling the holes like they did on those 3 plays, they'll be able to stop Arkansas.
One of the reasons he's in there is Britt Hager, who has number 60, which was Tommy Novus's number, is injured and can't play. And Arkansas is going for it on 4th and 1. Thomas. He didn't get it. Eric Jeffries, the first man to him, and the Texas defense makes the gamble backfire.
Well, this is a great stand right here by the defense. You're going to see the defensive linemen. Well, you're not going to see them, but they're going to submarine right there. They're underneath. They're going to take away the belly. Then now watch the pursuit. By the time they get Thomas down, there'll be all 11 of these jerseys around the ball. Right now, Texas is fired up. I think they're really getting behind Akers. They want to show him that they want him to remain as coach.
Stafford brings them out at the Arkansas 49. And Stafford messed up on the toss and then slides forward to the 47. He was trying to get the toss to Edwin Simmons and for some reason did not throw the ball, just hung on and got what he could.
Texas is showing a lot of emotion on their defense right now. They have the people up front. Those linebackers keep playing like that, they'll do fine. And they have a very good secondary. So if they keep supporting, they'll take away the option. They can stop that fullback game up the middle.
Simmons, the deep man in the eye. The short man is Hunter, number 26. Stafford going deep. Got the man out there, Gabriel Johnson. And a flag goes down as Otis Lloyd drove him out of bounds. There is a flag back at the 45-yard line. Fine throw by Stafford.
Well, there's a couple perfect plays they've executed in the passing game that have been called back by penalties. They're really hurting themselves. Well, that was a tough throw, too.
Here's the call. And it's a clip. A 15-yarder that wipes out a big, big play. Penalties have cost him 2 first downs and 2 big plays.
Number 26, the fullback. Hunter is going to make this clip. And once you go outside, you cannot cut a guy right there. If it's inside the tackle zone, he could have thrown that block, but he hit him behind the knee, outside the tackle, and that is a penalty.
Oh, in his defense, it looked like Dudley may have turned his back as he was throwing the block.
Moves the line of scrimmage. All I know is it really hurt the Texas offense. That was a tough throw. He threw it into a 2-cover zone with 2 men there and split it with a perfect throw. All for naught.
2nd and 18 now. Johnson flanked to the near side. Stafford changes the play. Quarterback draw. Midfield to the 47, and he really took a shot from Otis Lloyd, the rover back. Kentucky trying to rebound, leading LSU. Another big game in the SEC, very competitive. Nevada-Reno with a win tonight. Mississippi State, a team we will see next week, Saturday night against Auburn. Wake Forest, what has happened to Maryland? Stafford now 3 out of 28 faces of passing down here. On 3rd and 8. Deep sideline again, intercepted out of bounds. It was picked off by Richard Brothers, but he was out of bounds as they were throwing for Robertson.
Really, these are tough throws. You're not going to be able to throw against a 2-deep zone like this very often. It's double coverage, and he intercepts this ball, but he's definitely out of bounds. But they've got to go up the middle. Even like a quarterback draw the play before gained him 12 yards. Good call. It's an easy call by the officials. But really, there's no chance to get that pass in. You've got to go in the middle of the field.
No field goal this time. They'll bring on Alex Waits to punt. And there is Brockman going off with that right arm in a sling.
It's another linebacker, Mike.
Check on him as soon as we can. Waits, barefoot left footer. And the officials stop play.
Texas is just being devastated with injuries at the linebacker spot. He was the one experienced player. Now he's hurt.
Brockman, sophomore. And that's always the way it seems to be. You're thin at a position, and that's where you get all the injuries. If you're deep, nobody gets hurt. And it's a delay against Texas. That'll cost them 5.
Well, we do have 2 of the best punters in the country tonight. 49-yard average and 45-yard average right here for Alex Waits.
Waits kicking to Shebest, who's waiting at the 10. Didn't get this one. Shebest trying to make the catch and does a good job, then fumbled, got it back. Dangerous catch. Shebest going at full speed. 36-yard punt to return of 1. Let's go to the sideline and Tim Brando. Tim?
Something to watch for, gentlemen, on this series. Greg Thomas bruised his knee on that last 4th down opportunity for Arkansas. Now he's coming back in. He may be limping on this series. If so, John Bland has already warmed up, is ready to go when Coach Hatfield calls his number, and that number is 16. But watch for Thomas to go up top on this series because of that left knee problem, if necessary.
Johnson, Foreman, and Jackson are the running backs. That's Foreman. Bowling his way out. Stopped by Mike January.
Well, Coach Hatfield said yesterday that Greg Thomas's greatest attribute is his toughness. There's backup quarterback John Bland. But Greg Thomas was unrecruited out of high school. This is the only school that offered him a scholarship, and he's really tough physically. He'll come back from that knee injury.
And the thing that Hatfield really likes about him, he does not allow turnovers to be part of the Arkansas game plan, interceptions or fumbles. This time it's Johnson to the 30. Looks like he has plenty of room for the first down. Duncombe, the middle linebacker, makes the stop, along with John Hagee, the strong side safety.
So the key to running up the middle is taking the tackles out of this 4-man defense, and Steve Llewellyn absolutely gets blown away, and that's with the 1-man block. That's just an excellent block. He can't afford to be taken out by 1 man. If they're going to do it, it's going to have to be a double team where the backers can come in and make the play.
Well, what it means is on a play like that, the linebackers are vulnerable. 1st and 10, Arkansas. Thomas on the option, 40. 45-yard line. Stephen Braggs made the tackle, tried to strip the football after a 15-yard game for the junior from San Angelo, Texas.
Greg Thomas ran for a lot of yards last year and some touchdowns, and he runs this option well. Fake the belly. Really, he could have pitched or kept this. They had the corner completely all of themselves. And that was the problem Texas had last week. They had no support at all in that play. He could have pitched it. Boy, that's really an option play.
Also last week against Texas Tech, that was a play that Texas Tech did not give them. Fullback up the middle, not much.
Well, Tech absolutely stopped their game up the middle, and then they took away the outside, and they had nowhere to go. Arkansas cannot live off their passing game. They use it as a supplement. That's why it's so effective.
Llewellyn made the tackle on that play. It'll be 2nd and 8. Clock ticking down. We still have 9:13 and counting, first half. If you joined us late, Arkansas scored early after intercepting the Texas pass, but it's been all Texas since then. Jackson, stuffed by Steve Llewellyn. Came through and got him that time, 271-pound sophomore. Jackson, a freshman running back, starting in place of Sammy Van Dyke tonight.
Well, Llewellyn came back well on that. This is his first start. He had 52 tackles last year and 4 sacks, so he played a lot, but this is the first time he's ever really started a game, and certainly this is a great one to do it against Arkansas.
3rd and 7. There's Jackson, the freshman out of Denison, Texas. Arkansas has converted only 1 of 4 third down situations. Thomas under pressure again, hit just as he threw. Still caught by Shebest. How it got there, I'll never know. But Shebest will catch anything in the area, and credit Thomas for really hanging in there.
James Shebest is a very effective receiver. They say he's not that fast, but he's very good at his pattern and getting rid of defensive backs. That could have been called on him right there. You can't run into the defender. Watch the concentration as he takes his ball. And what you couldn't see there was Greg Thomas got absolutely hammered. Now, how he got that ball there at that distance across the field, it's unbelievable.
It was Llewellyn again putting the pressure on him. And it's a 1st and 10 Arkansas. Jackson that time to the 40. Ackermack and Llewellyn on the stop. The 2 tackles got there that time.
A lot of times a smart, experienced receiver like Shebest will do exactly that. He'll have a defender man-to-man. He'll just knock him off physically. You don't always have to beat people with speed. Separation can be with your body, not just your quickness.
There's Shebest, who has averaged 21.2 yards a catch, even though he does not have blazing speed. But you see, he does not have a touchdown this year, and he will go to the sideline for this play on 2nd and 8. Foreman, the fullback, breaks it. Gets to the 20-yard line, thrown down by Braggs. But but Foreman really cracked it up the middle.
Oh, they just split a seam here with a quick opener to the fullback. I said earlier, Marshall Foreman is very fast. He's almost like a tailback when he's at fullback. Just splits it right through there. Again, no backer support. When there's no backers in the picture, you're going to have a lot of running room as a running back. Braggs has run him down here. It would have been a touchdown. But you're not going to make a living when you're having defensive backs running down fullbacks.
Back to live action, fullback again. Foreman to the 17-yard line. Braggs is in on the stop again. Now they moved Braggs to the safety position from a corner because they needed more run support from that spot. The safeties have to make the tackles.
Well, remember, we saw earlier, Lee Brockman, the strong linebacker, just was taken out of the game with an injury, and that seems to be right where they're running right now.
There's Braggs out of Killeen, Texas, a senior who is tough and versatile. 2nd and 5. Foreman again. This time not much, as Llewellyn is in there again, along with Aldridge 97. Arkansas, a big part of that flex bone offense is the fullback. If they can establish that, they can really make a move.
Well, they've been making a living for 3 years off Marshall Foreman and Derek Thomas. They've alternated them for 3 years, and it's really remarkable how close they are as far as yardage. They're within 150 yards of each other for 3 years. So they use both their fullbacks very effectively.
Big play here, 3rd and 4. Foreman didn't get it. Texas dug in that time. And on 3rd and 4, Pat, a little odd that you would go back to the same play again.
Well, I think they should have probably run that option to the other side, to the wide side, and pitched the ball. They've had the corner all night. I mean, it seems strange to keep handing the ball and pounding it up the gut. You know, Foreman's had some big plays, but again, they've had some corners that were unbelievable. They can run over.
Although against TCU, he had 9 straight carries in an offensive sequence. So I guess if it's working, go to it. This is Kendall Trainer, who will come on to try a 30-yard field goal. Certainly well within his range. Trying to break the tie. And he booms it, but wide. There is a penalty flag on the field, which was thrown late and thrown back at the 2-yard line. Interesting call here. Maybe 12 men on defense. It is. What a critical mistake that could be.
That'll give him a first down. Just enough for the first down. Well, they've had some penalties kill him tonight.
They certainly have. Last thing Fred Akers needed, wasn't it?
Plus, now the defense has to get reorganized. You know, they did a heck of a job of stopping there. Now they have to get fired up again for a goal line stand. Very tough to recover from that type of penalty.
Well, you're so proud coming off the field after you've stopped them, and now you got to go right back out. And it's a 1st and goal situation for Arkansas at the 7-yard line. Van Dyke and Johnson, the running backs, the halfbacks, and this is Foreman, the fullback. Got to about the 3, really drilled by Stephen Braggs and Tony Griffin. Braggs really popped. Braggs is having quite a game in the secondary, but when your safety's your leading tackler, you got a problem.
Well, that's why they moved him to free safety, because he is such a big hitter. Again, it's just a quick opener. They give the ball to Foreman, right up the gut. Now watch Braggs. Oh, their secondary can really pop people.
Texas has redshirt freshman Bobby Rhodes, number 67, in there at a linebacker. This is Van Dyke, and Van Dyke is nailed at the 2. He was stopped by Braggs again, and John Hankey, number 17. So Texas really showing a lot on this defensive stand, and it's 3rd and goal. Ken Hatfield talking to Shebest. And they send in the play to Thomas.
This is a nice time to fake to your fullback and carry that option. The quarterback just takes right in the end zone. It's effective a lot of times.
Johnson, touchdown. Fifth rushing touchdown of the year for Johnson.
Now, you're only going to stop Arkansas's running game so many times. They just ran a little counter play right to the offside after faking to the fullback. They drew everybody to the right. Easy touchdown.
Trainer with a point after he's got this one. And Arkansas has regained the lead with 4:21 to go first half. The Razorbacks 14, the Longhorns 7.
And focusing in on those priorities in exactly that order has been instrumental in completing my undergraduate studies in 3 years. And now I look forward to the big challenge of continuing to combine a football career with the pursuit of a law degree in my final 2 years of college eligibility.
Arkansas scores to make it 14-7 with 4:21 to go in the first half. Really the first time that they have been able to move the ball that well against the Texas defense, but they got a chance to do it because of 12 men on the field after the missed field goal.
And that's what's deceptive about statistics. That should have been a turnover. They had the ball, and missed the field goal should have been Texas' ball, but it won't go down as a turnover, just a touchdown.
Laren Brown and Nelson deep to receive Kenny Franklin's kickoff. Nelson far side, takes it on the bounce, got to pick it up. And he's tripped shy of the 15-yard line. And it was Reggie Hall down to make the tackle for Arkansas.
Now, what's interesting about this touchdown we just saw, it's not that it's so exciting, a 2-yard touchdown. It's that you will not see a linebacker in this picture. They just take down the defensive line, and up comes a safety man to make the tackle. And they're not going to be able to stop Arkansas. The backers are just being taken out. Fred Akers wasn't too happy about that one. They're going to have to get better pursuit and better action from their backers if they're going to stop that running game.
Metcalf is back in there at a running back, number 2. The young man that scored the Texas touchdown. He's in there with 34, Darren Norris behind Brett Stafford. Metcalf got to the 15 and no more. It's a gain of only 2. Larry Burnett has a scoreboard update for us from Bristol.
Miami Hurricanes gathering speed at Cincinnati, leading 14-3. They give it to Alonzo Highsmith. Vinny Testaverde says he's in before he is, but he's right. Miami leading 21-3, still in the first quarter at Cincy.
Miami rolling. Doesn't Cincinnati play a brutal schedule every year?
Almost got Penn State last week, though.
2nd and 8. Metcalf again, short side. Maybe got 3. Covered up Albert Harris on the tackle over there. It'll bring up 3rd and 5. Arkansas that time really showed what it can do out of that flex bone with 82 yards and a 14-play drive. But again, they had the chance to score the touchdown because of a penalty on Texas on a 4th down missed field goal. 3rd and 5, and we're approaching the 3-minute mark. Quarterback draw, Stafford. 1st down and more. Out of bounds at the 28-yard line. And it was Dudley taking him out of bounds over there. Norris threw a good block for him on the quarterback draw.
Well, one thing you hate as a coach is one thing. You go into a game, you want to stop a guy. You want to stop Stafford from running. That's their goal going into this game. Stafford just runs a draw. This is twice now they run it very effectively. And there's just no one there. Easy 1st down for him.
4 carries, 39 yards for Brett Stafford. 4 passes out of 9 attempts, 31 and a touchdown. Stafford, quick screen. Gay driven out of bounds. Let's go to Tim Brando at the sideline with a special guest. Tim?
You're talking about a living legend when you talk about Darrell Royal. And, Coach, this series against Arkansas, I know you remember very, very well. And that 69 game, many believe, is the best game ever played in college football.
Well, it was an exciting contest because of falling behind by 14 points and then coming back. I've always said we didn't play all that well. We were lucky to win that ball game.
And, of course, with what's going on now between this Texas and Arkansas series, and specifically with Coach Akers, it's difficult to replace a legend like Darrell Royal. You set some high standards here.
Well, he's doing all right. He's winning at fast enough clip. No, I don't feel that way about it. You know, this Texas-Arkansas series seems to always be turned around with a crucial penalty. I remember a game we lost here. We drew a penalty on 4th down, and they picked up a first down bite and took it in for the winning touchdown, just like here when we had 12. They missed their field goal. We had 12 people on the field. Seems like all these crucial contests have been turned around by a key mistake in the penalty area, and it looks like tonight's no different than all the others.
All right, Darrell, thank you for joining us here.
3rd and 2, big play. Texas on the toss to Metcalf, cuts it back. He's got the first down if they give him his forward motion to the 39.
Well,
and it is a first down.
Nice of him to give a vote of confidence to Coach Akers, and it is difficult to replace a legend. No question about that.
And he was that.
Still is. They love the man. It's like Woody Hayes is still incredibly popular in Ohio. He's one of the most desired speakers. Coaches don't die.
No, they don't.
The legends just grow.
Simmons and Harris, now the running back. Simmons 33, and they're from Metcalf. Time becoming a factor, 1:45 to go in the half. Texas trying to tie it up. Stafford, quick toss, great pass to Everett Gay, and a fine catch. Atwater had to bring him down, but it's another Texas first down. And Pat, you said they needed to throw it over the middle.
This is the same play again. They brought the flanker in, Everett Gay. They put him at slot and tight end. He's just going to split the zone, and this is a perfect throw. But this is a gutsy catch. He knows he's going to get hammered by the safety. That's what you need to do. Split that seam, and it's very effective when you bring someone as fast as a flanker in because he doesn't get held up at the line of scrimmage, and he has the speed to get behind the backers.
Clock running, 1:21 to go. First half. Texas with 1 timeout remaining. Stafford out there all by himself, throws, and it's incomplete. Tried to hit Robertson, but the pass was short. Pretty good coverage by Washington out there. Stafford now 6 out of 12, 64 yards, has 1 touchdown, but it stops the clock with 1:09 to go.
Well, that was an effective play. It's called a naked. What you want to do is with a team like Arkansas who pursues so strong, so fast, you want to get everyone flowing to the left, to the opposite side, and roll back, and you have the option to either run or throw the ball. Unfortunately, he threw that into the ground. He had a receiver open.
Pretty well diagnosed by Arkansas. Carl Bradford, the defensive end, just stayed where he was supposed to. 2nd and 10, rather. Another quarterback draw. And got about 6 of it to the 30. Albert Harris on the tackle. The freshman out of Browns Mills, North Dakota. Texas uses a timeout, and we have a timeout with 58 seconds to go in the half. It's Arkansas by 7. Texas. Norris, the lone remaining back. Blitz. Stafford completes it, got it to Metcalf. Metcalf fumbled but got out of bounds at the 20. Atwater was chasing him, but they hit Metcalf. They put him out on a wing and ran him over the middle.
That's an excellent read by Brett Stafford.
Metcalf running out of bounds.
Yeah. You'll see the blitz on this. He'll drop back, and he's able to just dump the ball to Metcalf, who's very quick. Again, he's running laterally right here. He'll beat the defender. It's man-to-man coverage. Stafford just throws a nice pass right over the backer. Metcalf just deals. Got hit there. He got very fortunate, but he still picked up the first down. But that's an excellent job by both the receiver and the quarterback adjusting to the blitz.
50 seconds left. First down, Texas. Stafford wants it all and overthrows Kevin Nelson. Nelson appeared to have a step on his man. Bradford was chasing him out there.
Now, this is almost identical to a play earlier when he was able to complete this pass. He rolls out, he buys himself a lot of time here, and he throws against the grain and just too deep. He had the receiver open. He ran out of room with that end zone. Oh, he thought he had a touchdown there.
Nelson had 2 steps on Richard Brothers. Stafford now 7 out of 14, 73 yards and a touchdown. And Fred Akers would love to have his team tie it up going in at the half. 41 seconds left. Metcalf is on a wing. They like to throw to him. For Metcalf, almost intercepted. Almost picked off by Atwater. but they were throwing for Metcalf.
Well, when you've got the end zone as helping you as a defender here as a safety, it's much tougher to beat this zone. Now they have a 3 deep. They have Atwater right in the middle of the field. Just cover as a safety, and there's just not enough room to get this ball in. You can't throw the ball that type of seam pattern when they have the goal line at their backs, because they just sit back and take it away, which Atwater did a good job of. He has great range at 6'4".
Now Stafford wanted a timeout, but Texas doesn't have any left. I said earlier he had thrown for a touchdown. The one on the statistic was the interception. Dumps it over the middle. Metcalf to the 4. It's a first down, and that'll stop the clock while they move the chains. Washington had to make the tackle.
Well, they've managed to catch Arkansas in a couple of man-to-man coverages here.
And we've got an injury. And it is Metcalf, the man who made the big play. You see Texas with no timeouts left and 18 seconds on the clock. And the Texas training staff attending to Metcalf. We'll check that out for you in just a moment. Right now, timeout with Arkansas leading by a touchdown.
Important medical.
70,000 are on their feet. Stafford on the naked reverse and batted down. A flag goes down. The pass intended for McCray. Charles Washington, number 4, made the defensive play, but the official threw the flag on top of it. And it's interference against Arkansas.
Well, they run the naked again, and it's an excellent job by the defense. He's got a man on the quarterback, which is perfect. Then he put his left arm right on the receiver, which is a penalty. He knocked it down clean with his right hand. His left hand was a penalty. I know he thinks he's got a touchdown right here, and then he makes the call. Good quarterbacks do that.
First and goal from the 2. Simmons. Touchdown, Texas.
Big gamble right there with the running play.
What an emotional play that had to be for Edwin Simmons. His first touchdown of the season. A young man who was allowed to come back to the team after being suspended. Very grateful to his teammates and Fred Akers, and he wants to play well so badly.
Well, he really reminds me of Chuck Muncie. I mean, you don't see running backs who are 6'4", 235 that run like he does. That was a big gamble by the coaching staff, but he got it in for him.
The gamble because they did not have a timeout left, and the clock right now showing 11 seconds. They might not have been able to get another play off.
No, had he not scored, that would have been it. They would never have been able to get it going.
And we have another injury on the field. It looks like Carter Hill, the starting center. And his backup, Alan Champagne, has had a nerve problem in his neck. But Champagne may have to come in here and play for Hill. Boy, and Hill looks like he's in some pain. And I tell you what, they're playing on artificial turf. That is not mud or anything else. It comes from contact. I had a defensive lineman tell me once he doesn't like quarterbacks because they don't have any blood on their uniform. These guys play for keeps. Ward will try the conversion. He can tie it up. No doubt about it when Ward is out there. And with 11 seconds to go in the half, we're tied at 14.
Well, let's take a look at that tying touchdown. And they have no time. They're going to have to score this. And it's just they get the surge from the offensive line, and Simmons does the rest. You know, you heard him last year. He gained over 80 yards against Arkansas last year. Oh, boy. He's happy he called that play.
Signaled it himself.
But last year they played on a very wet field, and they managed to beat Arkansas 15-13. And one of the keys was they kept giving the ball to Edwin Simmons up the gut. Just like that, he was able to overpower the people. Again, Arkansas's not that big on the defensive line.
Ken Hatfield told us yesterday that Simmons just knocked the defenders back every time he carried the ball a year ago.
He showed he's back tonight because he sure did it on that play.
Seven Eastern with a pregame show. But right now we're locked up in a dandy from Austin. 14-14 first half. 11 seconds to go. And there's the squib kick taken by one of the up men at the 25. Good field position at the 39, but there's only 5 seconds left. McAdoo, the linebacker, down on the tackle as Tony Holmes, backup running back, took the kick. Texas really showed something there with an 87-yard drive, 14 plays, and Simmons capped it off.
Most of the damage was done through the air. Very uncharacteristic of Texas teams. They hit Metcalf a couple times.
Although with that new offensive coordinator, Dwayne Painter, that they got from Georgia Tech.
I think with Stafford, too, as an experienced quarterback, he's able to implement that offense in the first year.
See what Greg Thomas will do with 5 seconds left. And they'll run it straight up the middle. And run out the clock. Derek Thomas tackled by Braggs. And that is the end of the first half. Texas has come back twice to tie Arkansas. First at 7-7, now at 14-14 from Austin, Texas.